everybody. This will be the last review for today. So this is going to be about our just recent episode, which is the town called Mercy, which was pretty much supposed to be kind of a western. Let's see. The synopsis on that one was that cyborg dude, I can't think of his name right now, but anyway, yeah, he apparently was after, his creators, the ones who made him, because, he couldn't live with the things he had done, and so he was going after them, picking them off one by one, and the last one he was trying to go after, found refuge in this one town. So then, it goes from that to all of a sudden, the doctor shows up. Like normally there's some sort of a period where we actually see them like landing and wondering where they are, but it seems like we kind of get thrown into this one. And heck, we don't even see the TARDIS land or even hear the noise. Like it's just boom, they're there. And then the other thing that I noticed in this episode that wasn't in the first two was that we got a time period. We actually got a date, time, and location of where the Doctor was in Asylum of Dogs and where he was in the dinosaur one. But we don't get that in Town of Mercy. It just kind of almost, you kind of get thrown into it. And we find that, there's these stones and wood pieces kind of like circling the town. And once, the Doctor, Amy, and Rory go into the town, they've come to find that these people have been trapped inside their own little border for about like 3 weeks, and supposedly nobody can get in or out with supplies. Like you can go, you could be, on a horse and you can walk over it, but yet you can't bring any, like food or supplies, and that's a very weird and very unsettling thing. I'm still trying to figure that one out, and maybe someone's got a theory of what's going on. Then into the episode, they meet the sheriff. They meet this scientist guy who's claiming to be the Doctor, which I thought was very weird too, because he's not. The phrase "the Doctor" is a title, whereas he could have said he was a doctor. And so I'm really wondering, maybe he was using that title on purpose to, maybe bring the real Doctor there and try to, have a confrontation with him or get help from him. Or if the guy thought, if he threw that title out, that he would get more, better treatment. I don't know. But I think it was a very weird thing for that guy to do. Then, we come to find out that he's been lying a lot, apparently, when the Doctor goes into his supposed spaceship, which, again, I'm not convinced is completely spaceship. I think it was like his prison or something, because there was way too much tech in there for it just to be, that kind of spaceship and all that. Even the Doctor, mentions it, and, he goes, and then, like, he lied about the fact that it was, so badly damaged that he couldn't, fly it. And then, of course, the Doctor gets in there and it's, like, fine. So, I think it's kind of curious that he lied so much. Then, the cyborg himself, he seemed to be, actually, despite that he was a cyborg, he actually seemed to be a good guy. He actually, didn't want to hurt Rory or any innocent people, unless he had to, unless he, they got in the way of, his mission. And, because, again, when the Doctor goes into the spaceship, he learns all the stuff that this guy's done, and then, the whole mercy thing comes into play when we find, the doctor pretty much has had it with giving people, second chances. Back at, when we had 10, 10 gave chances. 9 didn't. 9 was, pretty much, you messed up, sorry, and you're done. Then 10 comes along, and he did have mercy. He gave people chances. He gave them opportunities to repent and fix the things they have done. But 11's not doing that anymore. Hell, and 5 and 6, he was playing the whole sad clown bit, pity, having pity parties and things like that. But I think that time is over. I think after Let's Kill Hitler, and after that point, I think that part of him just stopped. I think he started to realize how serious things were and how much these events really shape up. That's why, like in Solomon, with Solomon in the prior episode, a lot of people got upset that the doctor didn't try to save him. But personally, I don't see what purpose there would have been to save him, because he would have just done more bad things. He never tried to repent. He wanted to do more bad things. So the question of when should mercy be applied, I think it's kind of case by case, and the doctor made a really good point to the scientist guy. Again, sorry, I'm the names of these people are not really coming to mind. But point is, he made a serious point to this guy that it's not his decision what kind of punishment he should go through or when he's forgiven or any of that. That's not up to him. That's up to the people he's wronged, and you can't be your own judge and your own jury and your own executioner. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. I mean, you can repent and you can ask for forgiveness and you can do things to right the wrong. You can do small acts of kindnesses to build up the trust that's lost, but it takes time. It's not it doesn't take 3 weeks to be forgiven. You have to do a lot more than that. So then one thing, and again, this is a reoccurring thing, obviously, is the light bulb thing. In the town, the light bulbs keep switching on and off and flickering and all that weird, funky stuff that's going on. And that seems to keep happening when Amy is around and when Amy starts talking. So I'm starting to think maybe there's a connection between the two. Don't know, but it's an interesting theory. Then also the thing that I saw that was very weird about this episode was, again, Rory goes from being really snipey and rude and mean and dinosaurs, and then this episode he doesn't really talk too much. He doesn't have a lot of lines, and the lines he does have, they have very he's very sacrificing, he wants, in this one particular instance, he doesn't try to stop the doctor from doing what needs to be done. He actually, Amy tries, confront her, why are you letting him go? He needs to save this town, and I agree with Rory in that instance. He needed to take charge in that instance when he was dealing with the scientist guy that was claiming to be the doctor and all. But anyway, and then at the end of the episode, I really didn't like I liked the ending to a degree, but I didn't, because most people might see what the guy did as, self-sacrificing and trying to, quit the fighting as you will or whatever. But at the same time, I viewed the ending as the guy being a coward, because suicide, taking your own life, again, is not the right way to handle things. If he wanted to be honorable and if he wanted to do the right thing, the right thing to have done for this guy would have been to hand himself over, gone to jail, or gone through some sort of judicial system and been prosecuted based upon his crimes, And, you know, if he wanted to plead his case and he wanted to repent and he wanted to, you know, right the wrong, then he should have, you know, tried a little harder to do that. So, but then again, at the same time, maybe this guy taking his own life maybe is for the best. Now, I'm not saying suicide is ever the answer. It's not. Suicide is the worst thing that a person can ever do. But for this instance only, and in this episode only, maybe it was the best option for him. Because if he was so unwilling to change, maybe it's best. But I still see it as cowardly. Even if he was never willing to change, he should have handed himself over. And then the other thing, the other little thing, and again, it's a small thing, but maybe it's nothing, but actually two things. One is the barmaid. I'm sorry, I don't know if anybody saw it, but she looked so much like River. I mean, I know she wasn't technically, but she looked a lot like her. And that's curious to me. And then the other thing was the little girl. I'm curious to see who she turns out to be, because apparently, you know, she's like the person who was narrating the episode coming in was supposedly that was her grandmother. So again, those two people I have kind of got question marks about. So, and I don't know, maybe there's nothing there, but maybe there is. Last thing, and again, this is to the barmaid, whatever, the one that looks like River. Maybe she, and again, theory. I have a lot of theories, as you can tell. She might be River, and she might have been using one of those perception filters. Look at that. If she was using perception filter, maybe those stones and rocks and stuff, maybe that was a force field or some sort, and maybe she created to, you know, keep, you know, these people safe, and maybe just, I don't know, went wrong. Because I noticed that in that one part where the townsfolk, come to the doctor to, you know, talk about, you know, taking out the guy to the desert and all that, and I just noticed like there was like some sort of like eye contact between the two of them, and I just think that's, I don't know, funny. Well, anyway, don't want to keep going on. It's getting late here. It's like, yeah. So to wrap up, to end this one, this was the review for A Town Called Mercy. Again, I think it was a great episode. Showed a lot of interesting things, and we'll see how this next episode goes. I think I have some ideas about that one too. I think we're gonna see a lot more about the ponds. I think we're gonna maybe finally get some answers on them, and maybe explore this unhealthy relationship that Amy has with the doctor. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Again, if you want, you can subscribe. You know, if you want to get updates of when there's new videos, because I'll be making much more. So those who are enjoying them and who are liking them, you know, keep tuned to, because I will be doing more in the future. Alright, so hopefully everyone will have a great week, and looking forward to Saturday. Right? Everyone have a great week, and alright, bye.